One of the most common questions that content creators ask me is, how do I go out and get my first client? Or maybe I've had a few clients, but how do I consistently go out and get more clients so I can sustainably grow my business? Well, I personally have 3 strategies that worked like crazy for me when I was first starting my video production business. And I've taught these and I know that they work because I've seen so many people go out and get tons of clients doing exactly what I'm gonna cover in this video. Now, for those of you who don't know who I am, maybe you're new to the channel, I started a video production business about 7 years ago. Very small jobs to start. I did a ton of weddings and then I just kept getting more and more jobs all across the board. Commercials, music videos, travel and tourism stuff. Lately, I do a lot more commercial work than anything else just because that's what I find the most enjoyment out of. But I also started a company called contentcreator.com, which is an education platform for content creators. And that's kind of why you're here watching this YouTube video right now. So if that sounds interesting, make sure you hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments what you want us to create next. Now, diving into the 3 strategies here, number 1 is extremely important for a ton of reasons. And it's really simple. You need to create content consistently for yourself. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out and like shoot commercial after commercial marketing your own business. That's a really good idea, but you can do tons more than just shoot commercials for yourself. You can film your dog going on a walk. You can film yourself going on hikes with friends, going fishing. You can take stuff you already have in your house and shoot commercials for them, like hiking boots or your toothbrush. You need to not just shoot these videos, but you also need to edit them and release them on whatever social media platforms you have. The reason this is so important is because just within your current sphere of influence, there are so many people that could hire you. And on top of that, there are so many people who know people that could hire you. I would say with most content creators, 95% of your first level of jobs should come from people who already know you or friends of people who already know you. So you're gonna shoot these videos, edit these videos, and post them online. You want them to be fun, you want them to be engaging, but they don't need to be perfect. Your mom's gonna share this video, your grandma's gonna share this video, people are gonna get eyes on it, and all of a sudden the universe is gonna know that you are a person who shoots and edits videos. Now, is the CEO of Nike gonna see one of these videos and all of a sudden hire you? No, absolutely not. But you're gonna get level 1 jobs, which could be a local business down the road. Your friend's dad who runs a certain company could hire you to shoot a video for their business. Maybe your cousin who just started their career as a real estate agent wants you to shoot one of the houses that they have as a listing. What we're doing here is getting the ball rolling. And once you do get it rolling, things spiral out of control, which is what we're gonna talk about later. Now, quick personal story from my own career. As many of you know on this channel, a long time ago, I went on a school bus road trip around the entire country. This was like just as I was starting my business. Now on that trip, I documented almost everything we did purely for fun. I shared those videos on Facebook. These videos were pretty cool, but none of them went viral. The key though is that people in my network saw this, they shared it with friends, and all of a sudden I had a music video job come my way. I had a parent's friend who was a real estate agent who asked me if I could shoot a video of a house. These things just kept spiraling, and all of a sudden that one music video turned into 25 more music videos with the same artist over the next 2 years, all because I was creating and posting content regularly. Now, strategy number 2 is definitely the most intimidating one, and it's not gonna sound like rocket science, but I'm gonna explain exactly how to do it so there's no confusion. Strategy number 2 is to send messages to potential clients every single day. Now, I've told this to so many people, I already know exactly what question that you're thinking of, or you're probably gonna think of it soon. It's, Anthony, what platform is best? Should I send messages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn? Do I send them an email? Do I cold call them? What's the best strategy? Now, here's the thing. There is no single best platform when it comes to getting clients. It's an equation. You need to find out if the person that you're trying to talk to actually exists or spends time on the platform that you're gonna reach out with. For example, if you're going for 60-year-old sales professionals, odds are they're not on Instagram, so we're not gonna use that if that's our client. They probably are gonna be on LinkedIn, so we can find and connect with them there. If you're trying to work with the local mini golf place, they probably have an Instagram page. They probably have a Facebook page. These are places that we know customers are messaging them, so odds are if we send them a message, they're gonna see it. So what matters a lot more than the platform we choose is the message we say when we reach out. The mistake most people make is they come off way too salesy. If they write an email, which is a great strategy, their subject line will read, why your business needs video. Business owners are busy, they're gonna see that and they don't wanna be sold. It's something that they'll put off till later and you're never gonna get opened. Instead, your subject line should be something like, quick question for you, something that's very very obscure, it's hard to not open because you need to figure out what that quick question is. Then once you get into the actual meat of the message, we don't start talking about us. Lots of people will say, hey, my name's Anthony, I'm a videographer in the area and I'd love to shoot you a commercial. We smell like a salesman, people don't like talking to salesmen, so they're just not gonna respond. Instead, we start talking about them. You can literally copy me word for word here. Hey, I was just checking out your website and I absolutely love what your business has to offer. And you can see with all the positive reviews have that a lot of other people think this too. One thing I noticed about your website though is you don't have any video whatsoever. Now, they might have one video. You could also say, it doesn't seem like you're consistently using video content to market. Then we go on to explain, everyone knows nowadays that video is king when it comes to communicating with our potential clients. I'm a local videographer. I'm just getting my business up off the ground. I'd be willing to shoot a video for free for you in exchange for you giving me a testimonial after the fact. All you have to do to get the ball rolling, respond to this email and let's schedule a time to talk. So there are a couple really important things in there. Obviously, I did say I'll do a video for free. If you're getting started, I do think working for free is a good strategy if you're hungry for work. I know when I was first getting started, I shot my first music video for free, which I was glad I did because I got a lot more work with that same artist. I shot my first wedding for free, which got me basically on retainer with that wedding venue, which led to a lot more paid work down the road. I did my first commercial for very cheap just because I was trying to get my foot in the door, but at that point I had enough experience where I didn't really want to work for free. Either way, you do a quick judgment of yourself. Am I ready to charge $500 to $1,000 for this video? If not, then no problem, do it for free, gain the experience required so that you can charge for it down the road. You just don't want to get sucked into that cycle where you're constantly doing work for free. I usually tell people one and done when it comes to free work per industry. That gets you the experience and then you charge it down the road. On top of that, another key aspect of that message is I didn't say respond so we can haggle about rates via email or text me. Texting with clients is super unprofessional, don't do that. Instead, I said respond to this email so we can schedule a time to talk on the phone or via Zoom. I'm personally a Zoom guy myself. The key here is you don't want to haggle about rates or try to figure out the scope of this big project via email and written communication. This is a very personalized industry and you want to talk over the phone. You want to get to know who they are. You want to use your personality to get them to fall in love with you and your brand and want to actually work with you. It's intimidating and you're probably thinking to yourself, well, I don't know what I should say. And the reality is nobody knows what they should say. It's okay to enter a meeting not knowing the answer to every question. You just be honest, you talk throughout the process, you speak your ideas truthfully, and you come to a win-win agreement together, especially when you're getting started. Down the road, you'll become a sales ninja and you'll feel very comfortable. Now, how many of these messages should you send? I have a pretty simple formula. You do 10 a day, minimum 5 days a week. That means you're sending 50 messages a week, 200 messages a month. Most of these messages are not gonna get answered. Most of them are probably not gonna get opened, but that's totally fine. It's what we have to expect doing cold outreach. All you need is a 1% conversion rate, which is extremely conservative. And those 200 messages per month are gonna yield you 2 clients per month, which is crazy. I understand that this sounds like a lot of work, and it is a lot of work, but it's not something that you're gonna do forever. I told myself after really dedicating to grow my video business that I was gonna send 10 messages a day, every single day, until I was at a consistent 10K per month, meaning I was making over 6 figures. And I did that very consistently for a few months, which is what it took me to get to that 10K per month run rate. And I actually stopped and kind of analyzed, and I was like, I have more bandwidth, I can take on more clients. So I actually continued doing it beyond 10K per month, and it allowed me to grow my business even more. But the beauty is, once you hit that point of I have enough clients, I have enough work coming in, you don't need to send these messages anymore. This whole strategy of 10 messages a day is to get the ball rolling and get it rolling fast. You don't want to be those people who start their business, but it takes them 3 years to actually grow their business. And I don't say this to come off overly harsh. I say it because I've seen so many people go through this business growth cycle, and I'm trying to help you avoid all those mistakes. Now, quick story time. My most profitable and my most long-term client came from a cold email that I sent that didn't get answered for months. I'd sent them an email exactly like I described earlier in this video. It went unanswered until months later they responded and they said, hey, all of a sudden we realized we needed a video and we remember that you sent us an email, so here we are today responding to you. Do you have an opening for more clients? I responded, yes, absolutely. Let's hop on a call. And even though they thought they wanted just one video, after talking together in person rather than just back and forth via email, I was able to help them realize that they didn't need one video. They needed a complete and consistent marketing strategy that I would run for them. Long story short, in the multiple years that they've been my client, they've paid over 6 figures. That's just one client representing over $100,000 to my business, all from one cold email. If that's not motivation to do this, I don't know what else is. All right, now the third strategy here is all about networking. You've heard the saying before, and I know it's super cliche, but your network is your net worth. Just like everything else in this video, I can't stress just how true this concept is. Now, how do we actually network as videographers? Well, almost every town in the country, in every area around the world, has local business networking groups where you can pay a very small fee to join other people who are either just getting established as a business or they've been around for a while and they kind of run these groups. What this allows you to do is practice your pitch with all of the people in the business networking group time and time again. Now, you're not gonna sell everyone, but the simple process of practicing your pitch over and over again is gonna just sharpen your knife to the point where you are an absolute ninja. Doing this will ensure that when you do get presented with the opportunity of a lifetime, you are ready to pounce on it. It's like that famous saying, luck is the intersection of preparation and opportunity, meaning that nobody just luckily gets an amazing job. They get the opportunity and then they're able to pounce on it because they're so freaking prepared. Just like what we talked about earlier, the key here is you're growing your circle of influence. Maybe the people in your networking groups are gonna hire you, but more likely they're gonna know somebody that they can send your way. And this goes vice versa. If you can send referrals to other people, they're gonna wanna help you even more. Now, that's just one specific aspect of networking, actually joining those groups and participating. But it goes way beyond that. And here is a huge pro tip. Whenever you run into somebody, whether you're meeting them for the first time or you're catching up after a while of not seeing them, always ask them this one question. What are you doing for work? Or if you know what they're doing for work, ask them, how has work been for you lately? What this is gonna do is cause them to talk about what they actually do for work or how work has been going. Now, listen to what they say because they might explain a problem that you can actually solve with video, but in return, they're gonna always ask you, what are you doing for work? Or how has work been for you? This is your opportunity to, again, explain this new venture that you're starting or outline what types of video clients that you're actually looking for. Again, because you just listened to their answer, they're gonna be so much more likely to say, oh, you know what? Bill was just explaining to me that his miniature golf course needs a new marketing video. I will definitely connect you with them. Now you have this mutual connection with a third party. It's going to increase your odds of actually landing that job. And if you do this over and over again with everybody that you run into, you're going to stack this massive network of people who know what you do and can send referrals your way. I always think of 2 personal jobs I landed with this strategy. Once I was at a bar and I ran into somebody from high school that I hadn't seen in years. I asked them what they were doing for work. They were working at this real estate construction development. We signed a monthly retainer to shoot consistent content together. It was absolutely great. And another time I was walking down to my car, saw a neighbor that I hadn't seen in a while walking their dog past my car. We started chatting. I asked them how work has been lately. I knew what they did for work. They explained that they were opening a new location for their dance studio. And just like that, we had another commercial in the books. And that, my friends, does it for the 3 strategies. And look, I understand you're probably thinking to yourself, that sounds like a ton of work. I don't know if I have this in me, but here's the good news. I personally think that 97% of our industry, when given this advice, they're gonna nod their head and say, yes, Anthony, this makes sense. I definitely think it'll get me more clients. But then they're gonna continue to go on and not take action on any of it. They're probably gonna do less than 10% of what we talked about in this video today. It's sad, but where's the good news? Where's the silver lining in that? You watching this right now, if you make the commitment to do all of this, you're competing with 3% of our industry. 97% of people aren't gonna do this. So if you do it, you're putting yourself above 97%. It's crazy. And when the field is that wide open, running the distance is so much easier. So hopefully you found this content valuable. I do wanna add that if you are still sitting in your chair and you're just feeling like I'm not ready for this yet, I wanna get clients, I wanna turn my passion for content creation into a full-time 6-figure, multi-6-figure career, but I don't feel ready, odds are your lack of belief is stemming from a lack of confidence in your actual ability as a content creator. You don't feel confident using your camera. So what if I could tell you that 2 weeks from now, you could be significantly better with your camera than you are right now. It sounds crazy, but we actually developed a product 3 years ago called 14-Day Filmmaker. It's an online course that condenses the learning process of really mastering your camera from what usually takes people months, 6 or so months, down to just 14 days. Every single day in the program contains very streamlined educational tutorials along with a very fun practice exercise to put everything that you just learned to practice. This causes you to learn so freaking fast. By the end of the 14 days, you will be in crazy good shape. Now, on top of that, we also include tons of downloadable sound effects, editing presets. We have cheat sheets for sales meetings. You get access to a private community where I actually run a weekly Q&A call every single week. So if you have questions that you want to ask me, there's a great opportunity to get on the call. And we really just contain so much more. We're always adding to the programs. You get 2 bonus programs when you enroll as well. So you get our smartphone edition where you learn how to master shooting content on your smartphone. You also get 1 Week Director, which teaches you how to craft compelling stories that actually get attention online. But I'll stop there. I really could go on for hours. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this valuable, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe so you can see all the future content. Other than that, have a great rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video.